You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 152, Four Brothers. This is the 2005 American crime thriller directed by the late John Singleton. This is our homage, I guess, to his passing, his unfortunate passing. This is, of course, starring Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre 3000, I refuse to call him Andre Benjamin, and Garrett Hedlund. An unlikely foursome as the lead for this movie. Also starring Chiwetel Ejiofor as the villain in this. So this movie is, I think, probably John Singleton's most underrated movie. And in my opinion, like, taking out like his classics like Boys in the Hood and stuff like that, this is the most satisfying of movies that he's done that didn't feel like a tragedy to me. And I say tragedy not as a negative, just like Boys in the Hood is a very is a heavy film in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But this feels more like right down the line commercial for John Singleton, in my opinion. Look, I really like this movie. Like it is an easy watch. This is about the best type of like Saturday afternoon movie I could think of. Like it just is. It takes little to no thinking. There's not a lot. It's just a story of four guys and their love for the Union.
Okay.
That comes around.
It is Detroit.
It is Detroit. But it also shows John Singleton's ability to tell sometimes simple stories, but kind of get to the heart of the matter of the stories relatively fast. And I think that's where his power as a director kind of lied. I didn't love every John Singleton movie, but I certainly enjoyed the vast majority of them. So, I for me, it's like a 3 out of 5. Like it's an easy watch. This is probably the third time I've seen this movie. Yeah, just enjoy it. And Mark Wahlberg is a secret racist in this movie because he says a lot of shit on the sly, yo.
Secret?
Yeah, I was like, those are your two black brothers, yo.
Right.
Like, okay. I was like, they should be beating your ass right now. I noticed it a lot in this movie. Like,
Let me tell you something. Quote an IMDb trivia. All right.
Oh boy.
Secret racist? Nah, bruh. Almost all of Mark Wahlberg's lines were improvised.
Oh man, shit. Did he throw a rock and blind an Asian man at any point?
Garrett Hedlund had difficulty improvising his lines, so John Singleton and Mark Wahlberg helped him through it. Yeah, all of Wahlberg's lines were improvised, including house nigga.
Yeah,
that just effortlessly rolled off the tongue.
Yeah, I was like
that. Well, they're treating you like a house nigga. Like, all right, Jack. I mean, Mark.
I was not okay with that. I was just, like, there's a couple of times I was like, wait, it's like rewind.
Treat you like a fucking fairy. You suck a lot of dick, don't you, bro? Like, what? Like, that's your brother, yo. Like,
yo, he said that to him when he was dying. Don't you give up on me, you little fairy? I was like, no, he's dying. He got shot multiple times.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is a horrible human being. Also, all four of them are massive murderers, and that just doesn't seem to phase it.
Yeah, this movie is fucking bonkers. It's cool. Like, I'll give... Look.
You go for it.
I enjoyed this movie. I forgot how fucking crazy it is.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga just go on a killing spree through Detroit, and, like, no one seems to give a fuck.
Zero.
No one cares. This is like, yeah, we're just like, our foster mother's dead. We're just gonna kill a bunch of people. We're gonna go fucking just threaten people in a bowling alley with their children there.
He was like,
You gonna do this right here, right now?
I set a congressman on fire. Fuck what? Like, yo, this movie is crazy as hell.
Also, no one knows what gasoline smells like, but I found that to be odd. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like...
Is that gas? Gas has a very pungent odor.
Yeah, I'd be like, that's water. Okay, I'm not an idiot.
Like, you can smell it as soon as you step in the car, but it's fine. Whatever. But it's fun. Like, it's fun. I forgot how crazy it is. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's like a 3.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
There's nothing offensive besides Mark Wahlberg's racism.
Just sprinkle throughout.
I forgot Terrence Howard was in this for a second.
Dude, there's a lot of people I forgot were in
100%
it.
forgot he was in it.
I forget.
What's that?
I 100% forgot he was in it.
Were you? What was your reaction?
Disappointment.
I was like, oh shit.
Except for one part.
Of course.
Yeah, what's his name is in there too? The dude from Acrimony is in it as well. Lurk Bent. He's gonna get thrown out the window.
Oh yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? He looked mad young. No, it's a good. It's a fun movie, man. It's just fun to watch. It's crazy, but it's fun.
There you go.
It's a solid movie. This feels like an F. Gary Gray special.
Yeah, it does. It really does. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, it's just.
But everything. I concur with everything you guys said. So I'm going to use my time to do more IMDb trivia. The word "fuck" was used. How many times do you think the word "fuck" was used in this movie?
By one character or all characters?
Just total.
In total,
400 times. Mark Wahlberg was throwing it around a lot.
You're a little high.
I'm gonna go
350. $1.
How long is this movie? An hour and 50?
Hour and 50 minutes.
Hour and 50 minutes. Fuck. Like, I say fuck a lot. And they said fuck a lot in this movie as well. 97.
No. Oh, you're way high. 62 times. 62 times the word fuck was used.
I feel like they could have gone higher.
I'm gonna name some names of people who were offered roles or considered for roles and just took them down for no reason. How would you feel about Jeremy Renner cast as Bobby? Mark Wahlberg's character.
2005 Jeremy Renner. I don't know what the fuck else he was in.
Yeah.
Back then.
Bradley Cooper.
Nah, he's too clean.
No.
He's too clean. Although, maybe. Because Bradley Cooper apparently is like the master of like just doing roles that you wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
So maybe he would have been.
Betty White for Evelyn Mercer.
Okay.
She was in the movie for 3 minutes. She got shot.
Yo, I don't want to see Betty White take 2 shotgun blasts in the chest.
I can't for some reason I can't see Betty White talking to a black kid. Like I don't know. I'm not saying Betty White is racist. I'm just saying I don't see Betty White talking to a little
You've
black
never seen video of Betty White talking to a black person before.
Exactly.
Have you seen this lady talk to black people? I don't even know who the fuck she is.
Her name is wild.
Yeah,
The woman. It's
Fionnuala Flanagan. She's Irish as fuck. Jesus Christ. Yo, Flanagan sounds like a made up Irish name. It's so Irish.
Lorenz Tate as Jeremiah, Andre 3000's character.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Denzel Washington as Victor
cop?
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, he captured from fucking Training Day.
Yeah, no,
Like
okay.
that last sequence?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is Training Day.
Yeah,
So, yes, I can see
yeah,
that.
100% actually. I don't like the idea of Denzel Washington being murdered, though. I don't like that. I don't like
Brad
that.
Pitt,
Thrown into an iceberg.
Brad Pitt, and Vin Diesel were both considered for the role of Bobby Mercer.
Vin Diesel, I could see.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel and Mark Wahlberg are just kind of circling each other's careers anyway. Like 2 turds in the same toilet bowl. I mean, it's basically the same.
2005, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's like Pitch Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
3 more. Ethan Hawke, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck all turned down the role for Bobby. Ethan Hawke loved the script but couldn't commit to it.
Ethan Hawke, I can't see.
And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon said no because they thought that the script would be too violent.
The guy from The Town?
Like, right, he fucking wrote and directed that, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
He was like, can I
Like,
get shredded and kill people?
He could have literally just done the exact same thing that fucking Mark Wahlberg did. He's from Boston, right?
Yeah.
Like, Mark Wahlberg just had a Boston accent in Detroit. But then again, he didn't have his birth certificate in that one sequence. So we don't know
when did he get adopted? At 20? What the fuck?
Yes, he did.
And Mark Wahlberg liked the script so much, he signed before a director was hired.
Wow.
He saw that he could call somebody a nigga on camera and beat the shit out of a black person and was like, sold. Cut the check. Let's do it.
They're going to bring a black director. I don't give a fuck which house nigga they bring in here. I'll do this nigga. Like, who cares? But Mark Wahlberg has got a real fucking problem.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
You remember when people used to fuck with Mark Wahlberg though? Like people used to, like, I think before we all found out like this dude was like a mad racist. People was like, "Oh, Mark Wahlberg movie, I like that guy," and it was like Mark Wahlberg, I like that guy. Like I think he lost his black audience. Like I truly do.
Oh well, you know that's what happens when you just fucking throw the N-word around like you own that shit. Like no, bitch, fuck out of here.
He was like,
But I do, bitch.
That's
I do. Stupid nigga.
"Sorry for messing up your basketball game, man." Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So I'll have more as we.
Oh my god.
He's 47.
Mark Wahlberg is a psychopath. He is.
Like, I mean, he was kind
know
of
what?
perfect for this role.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I could watch Mark Wahlberg be a psychopath in any movie.
I mean, here's the thing.
He was really fucking good.
I don't think he was acting. This is just a story from his life.
ad-libbed everything.
Yeah.
He wasn't acting.
I'm just taking from personal experience.
He's like,
Don't worry about it, John. I'm just gonna wing it.
it's like,
Like,
no,
you
but
sure about that?
no, but we have a script. No, we don't need it. It's fine.
Right. Oh, he saw the script. What was it? A blank fucking page?
It was a fucking skeleton of a script.
This is where he invented his famous line, "Say hello to your mother for me." Yeah, no. Mark Wahlberg is not acting this movie. Look, I will say this before we get started. Somehow, like, I am not a huge Garrett Hedlund fan. I am not a huge Tyrese fan as far as acting goes. But somehow, the four of these guys actually worked out perfectly, I thought. Like, their chemistry between the four of them, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Garrett Hedlund obviously is the least of the four, just because like he never feels like he's like really super a part of the four. But I think that's mostly because he's supposed to be. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but I don't know if
the youngest, right?
He's the youngest. He's also gay. Like
he's the outcast.
he's the outcast in a series of outcasts.
No pun intended.
So so I guess that makes sense, but. Tyrese, Mark Wahlberg, and Andre 3000 work really well in these roles.
Yeah.
And
well,
actually
Tyrese is the same character in every single fucking movie he's in.
He is.
He's Roman.
But you know what?
It works.
I'm okay
Like,
with it.
The thing is, it works.
He stays in his wheelhouse.
He does. Yeah. He certainly does.
I mean, what more do you want from him?
I mean, that is also very true. Oh my god! When he was making those fucking videos,
surprisingly not a terrible actor.
No, he wasn't.
Like
actually,
he like what else was he in? He was in Be Cool, right?
yes,
I think he
so.
gets better. This is not the best, but I think he gets better.
Idlewild. He was in that. That was like 2007 or some shit like that.
I mean, he was just himself.
Yeah.
It's so funny when I
clockmaker in that movie.
What's that?
He was a clockmaker in that movie.
I've never seen it.
It was. I mean, do you
It's a
like
musical.
Speaker Box and The Love Below? Because that's all it was. It was just.
It was just a musical, right?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. I mean, I like those albums, but no, I don't watch musicals. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man. Fuck out of here. This is the most ridiculous, toxic masculine. I don't like people singing to me. Nah, fuck that. I actually don't. That's true. Like my wife will. I'm like, don't do that. It makes me uncomfortable. Also, she's a bad singer. Just like me. So the film opens up with quote unquote a seemingly random murder of a woman named Evelyn Mercer when she walks into a convenience store in Highland Park, Michigan, and she is gunned down because there's a robbery that happens. And she's only in the convenience store to talk to this kid who got busted by the store owner for like stealing like a Tootsie Roll or some shit like that. And she's feigning like the guy's going to call the cops to try to teach this kid a lesson. What it basically establishes is that Evelyn Mercer is this like saint of a woman. Like she adopts these kids or looks after these kids in the neighborhood and tries to do good by them. Like she's a good person. She's in the store when this place gets robbed by these two masked individuals. When the one guy goes up to the counter, they both have shotguns. He goes up to the counter and he's like, "Yo, give me all the money and all this stuff." And the of course stereotypical South Asian guy is just like, "Oh, I don't have any money."
That guy's name is Pablo. His name is Pablo Silveira. He's brown facing.
That's weird.
Yo, you couldn't find a.
Is that dude like? Is he Filipino or something?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, then he is. Because he got a Spanish name. Nah, that's fucking like, you can't run a convenience store and not be Indian. Knock it off. Doesn't make any sense. So the mask guy goes, like, he's like, give me all the money, and the Indian guy is just like, hey, I don't have any money or whatever. Take it, whatever. And he goes, what is the line? Black people don't get anything in this country, so why should you? And they just shoots him with a shotgun. I was like, one, wow, that doesn't make any sense. Relax. He's also a person of color. Two, like, I run a dirty convenience store, I'm not really making it.
Right. Like,
right.
Good Lord.
Right.
It's just like, wow. And he shoots him. And then...
I have a plastic register, guys.
Like, I'm not one of the 1%. Take it easy. And then they find Evelyn is there at the store as well, because she opens her mouth. Like, oh. And... like, all right, come on, let's go kill this old white woman. And then they walk over and they hit her ass with 2 fucking shotgun blasts. Okay, she's an old woman, I assume, not wearing a fucking vest. Did she really need 2 shotgun blasts at point blank range?
Yeah, that seemed excessive.
Wow. Like, Jesus Christ.
So apparently,
You blow her head off.
John Singleton initially wanted blood splatter to hit the window. But he was like,
God damn.
Come on. All right,
but then he was like, maybe that's a little too much. Like, yeah, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
She an old lady, dog.
We get it, yo.
She's dead. See, this is why fucking the town was like, nah, I can't do this.
Fucking weird, dude.
What an odd thing to want in the movie. Like, she got shotgun blasted at point blank range.
Right.
It's fine.
We get it.
No, I need to know she did. She did. Then we get a scene of Mark Wahlberg driving his racist ass up into Detroit to go appear at his adopted mother's funeral. And so then, it's weird. They really lean heavily on a Marvin Gaye soundtrack, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we don't have any other music. Like,
Right. The soundtrack was a little weird.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's Detroit. All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
They lean a little too heavy. So he meets up with his brother, his 2 brothers, Jack Mercer and Jeremiah, who are both were adopted by Evelyn as well. And so he meets up with them at the funeral. Everything is, I guess, copacetic or whatever. We find out Taraji P. Henson is in this movie randomly.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. And they bury her.
Is in here as well. I forgot she was in it as well. Well,
Yeah.
I never knew she was in it because I didn't know.
I didn't know who she was.
In
Right.
2005.
Oh, I knew when I saw her this time. I was like, oh, hi.
It still took me a minute. I'm like, is that her? Because
Well,
I wasn't paying attention to
Yeah.
the names in the beginning.
When she came jiggling down the stairs, I knew it was her.
Originally, that role was written for an Asian actress.
That's fine. Is she as fond as Sofia Vergara?
Probably not.
Exactly.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
Ah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I find Sofia Vergara very attractive. So they go back to the house. They're having, some sort of like, dinner or whatever, and all these people are there. And then the movie does this weird thing, which I understand why they do it, but it's very ham-handed. It's 2 cops sitting in a car, one of them being 2 times 2 = 14, Terrence Howard. That nigga's illiterate.
He's still stupid.
Terrence Howard and his partner, Terrence Howard's character's name is Green, and his partner, they're sitting in the car where Terrence Howard starts to give like, oh, that's Mark Wahlberg, and that's Garrett Hedlund.
Basically, like, it's like a splash screen.
Right.
You know how they show the splash screen in
Right.
certain movies of what this person is, but he's like just
Like,
pointing it
oh,
out.
these accomplishments, and like,
Okay.
armed robbery, hustling.
They flipped over their trading cards and looked at the stats. Yeah,
He's got a 3.95 ERA. He's doing really well.
right. This is a weird way to give exposition.
Right, it's very strange, and like I get why they're doing that so that you can kind of establish who the characters are.
Yeah.
But like you should put that in like the dialogue, not just like just straight exposition. It's just weird.
These are their rap sheets.
He's like, he just pulls them up and he's reading them. Oh, there he is.
Why were these the only 4 that she took care of?
So
That's the weird thing about this movie. I'm like, why are these 4?
Because they were the worst of the worst.
Yeah,
She was able to pawn off the other ones to foster care. But these guys were so bad that she took them in herself.
Well, apparently she didn't do good enough.
well, as Green said, they are congressmen compared to what they would have been without her. I was like, yo, they're murderers. Yeah, they're murderers.
Okay.
They're four murderers.
What the fuck were they on track to be?
Victor Sweets. 4 Victor Sweets. Just scumbags of the highest order. So the cops go in, and they go to see everybody and because they know Evelyn and they're like, look, we're sorry about what happened. The thing I don't like about Terrence Howard's face is I don't care what line he's delivering, he always has a smirk, which makes me think
he's always a bad guy.
I always think he's the bad guy, or like, you don't believe any of the things that you're saying. He's like, he's smirking. He's like, I was really sorry to hear about your mom dying. I'm like, nigga, did you kill her? Why are you laughing? Like, what the fuck is wrong?
Which is probably why his partner is so overtly evil from the word go. Because you need to determine, which one of these motherfuckers is the villain.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was just very strange.
He's got a fucking permanent scowl on his face. His partner.
I hate everyone here.
That guy's from Baltimore. It's probably why he has the permanent scowl on his face.
You kind of have to have one walking down the streets of Baltimore. So nobody might fuck with you. You gotta
throw your arm around. You gotta throw your arm around. I get it. So they eventually, the 3 guys after the funeral, they go back to their mom's house, and lo and behold, Roman is there. Just got done with the rest of the Fast and the Furious crew.
Oh shit, that's right. John Singleton directed that movie.
He's the second one.
Too Fast, Too Furious. God damn.
He loves Tyrese. He loves Tyrese.
Yeah,
that's his muse.
Baby boy.
Yeah. Wow.
It's his fucking muse, man. So they find Angel, which I didn't care for Green explaining all 4 of their rap sheets, and he's like, yeah, I thought you said there was 4 of them. Yeah, Angel, the pretty boy. He's not here. I was like, did Tyrese write that line? Relax. Calm down.
Angel. They call him the Coca-Cola Kid. Like, all right, bro. All right.
So Angel's sitting in the dark on the porch, and they couldn't see him because it's Tyrese. And I was just being a dick.
Wow.
And even Jack was like, "Did you get your teeth whitened?" Because he is smiling again. Another one. He's either hard scowling or smiling like a goddamn idiot all the time. But you know what? I hate to say it. I really like Tyrese. Like, he's such a goofball weirdo that I shouldn't. But in almost every role of his, I'm just like, oh, it's good to see you working. It's fine.
It's because he knows, like you said before, he knows his lane.
He knows his lane, yeah. And it's like, that dude's not trying to be Denzel. He's not trying to, like, I think he's just a natural goofball. Yeah. And I can respect it. But Baby Boy is not a good movie. So they go into the house, and they're all sitting around, and they start kind of pondering, like, about their mom's death, and they all kind of go to their separate places and everything. We see kind of a montage of them all kind of dealing with their mom's death. Mark Wahlberg pantomimes like he has a heart and starts crying as if he heard a white person died at the hands of a black person. So he's really upset. He sits on the toilet while he's crying, which would not be the last time we see Mark Wahlberg on the toilet, which is unfortunate.
Hold on.
I don't know what his motivation was for.
For some reason, there's trivia about Mark Wahlberg being on the toilet. The bathroom scene, I don't know if it's this one or the next one, took 2 days to shoot. For 12 hours a day, Mark Wahlberg rested his bare ass on a cold toilet. Garrett Hedlund stood in a hot shower, and Tyrese wore nothing but a robe. And Mark Wahlberg had to be helped off the toilet at the end of each day. and Garrett Hedlund's skin peeled and pruned because he was in that shower for 12 hours a day.
That scene is not that fucking
The fact that it took 12 hours to get that 2-minute shot is a fucking problem.
That scene, were they just laughing uncontrollably?
Like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, okay, I'm on the toilet. Let me get my lines. Let me get the fuck up.
Right.
That's it. Why did it take a half a day to shoot a scene?
A half of a literal day.
Fucking
Not a work day.
In a bathroom. No, yeah, 12 fucking hours.
Yo, we could go do that scene right now, be back, leave the camera running, and it wouldn't even seem that long.
That's weird.
We're not going to do that. I'm just saying.
That's really bizarre. Why?
Yeah. They really wanted to nail the scene with Garrett Hedlund's fucking naked ass. They know we got to nail this. This is the crux of the movie. It really isn't. It really isn't. So while they're all hanging out at the house, Angel is like, like this is feeling really heavy being in the house. Like, I got to get out of here. I got to get some air. And Mark Wahlberg's character is like, nigga, you ain't slick. You trying to go see Living La Vida Loca is what Mark Wahlberg's racist ass refers to Sofia Vergara's character. And so he's like, nah, yo, I'm not trying to go see Sophie. Like, fuck out of here. And he's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And then cut to Angel and Sophie running away from her boyfriend who was driving down the street, again, firing a gun at them. Yo, is Detroit a lawless town?
Yeah, it's the fucking Wild West.
He's like, murder him! Just beat him up. It's fine. But apparently she can't get enough of Tyrese's BBC, so she runs off with him. Okay, I guess. I mean, I guess those Coca-Cola songs are really popular. And so then he, of course, brings her back to their mom's house. And then there's all these lines of like Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese and Sofia Vergara yelling over top of them. Like, none of this was written in the script. None of it was written in the script. I guarantee it wasn't. And just Mark Wahlberg is just like making like racist references to Mexicans and just like, I'm like, yo, what is going on in this movie? And she's basically like, fuck you. And, like, Tyrese, I understand. I understand. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, mom dead though. Like, she ain't coming back. I, on the other hand, am alive. She caught 2 shotgun blasts to the chest. I got work to do. I think this is probably the first time I've seen Sofia Vergara in anything. I didn't realize who it was at the time, like you were saying. But like looking back, this is probably her first role. Her accent is so fucking thick. It's ridiculous. For her to be such a popular actress in Hollywood, it's kind of amazing. So they're all kind of sitting around. They're talking about playing hockey, which is weird, and having a real Thanksgiving dinner, which is also weird. Because later when they have the Thanksgiving meal, I'm just like, yo, these grown-ass niggas would not have made a salad. Knock it off. That bothered me so much. I was like, no, they wouldn't have. They would not have.
Well, no. Jack made the salad because gay.
Oh, right.
he was cooking the turkey.
Oh, right, yeah. So, hey, guys, I'll do it, I guess. All right, come on. What are you doing?
God damn.
Look.
Also, hockey is a big part of, like, the dialogue of this movie. Mark Wahlberg's always talking about playing hockey. And all of them are talking. I'm like, I get it. Y'all grew up in Detroit.
Like, these niggas ain't playing hockey.
These niggas ain't playing hockey.
Like, you was playing hockey, they was pooping. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh, but Mark Wahlberg, I got the rock now. Mark Wahlberg is the whitest person that's ever existed. He is the whitest person that's ever existed. I like that he's trying to reinvent himself as a reasonable guy. It's kind of hilarious. So they're all sitting around, and then they like start wrestling. Like they really are brothers, right? They really interact like brothers. They have their Thanksgiving meal. They all, they thank Jack for putting his gayness into this meal. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been nutritious. I like how they sit down and have this meal, but Sofia Vergara is not there.
She's upstairs.
They were like, right. Bitch, the tacos are upstairs. We're having regular American food down here. So they eat their meal, and they're all reminiscing as if their mom is sitting at the head of the table. there's a weird interaction. She's having an interaction with all of them,
except for Bobby.
Except for Bobby,
because Bobby hasn't really accepted her death, so he can't see her.
Oh, right.
Symbolism.
Okay. And she chastises Jeremiah for eating with his mouth closed, and so Jeremiah turns around and chastises his brother like a brother would. Shit on your younger brother for eating with his mouth open. Then she chastises Angel for getting another tattoo, and then she weirdly has this thing. She's like,
that was
"Ooh,
weird.
look at mine." I'm like, whoa. And then Tyrese looks at me, he's like, yeah. I'm like, no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's why she got shotgun blasted twice. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this old lady? Jack clearly is the most fucked up. Because his interaction with Evelyn is like, I know something bad happened to you before you came, but it's okay now. You're okay. Everything's fine. And he's like shaking. Which just reminds me that Garrett Hedlund is not a good actor. He's not. I will never forgive him for Tron 2.
He was pretty good in Mudbound.
Okay, that's true. You know what? I will.
Actually, he was very good in Mudbound.
Yeah, no, actually, he was. Actually, I thought he was probably him and Jason.
Mitchell.
Jason Mitchell were they were the real standouts. So yeah, you know what? I take that back. But those other movies I saw him in, he was horrible.
13 years later, but
whatever.
His acting probably improved over.
Well, or got better scripts because Tron 2 was terrible. So then for the brothers, they go to. It's weird because none of the plot has gotten started at this point yet.
No,
and we are 20 minutes into this film. They go to find out what possible inheritance they got from Evelyn's death. They act like real scumbags because Jack's like, yo, how much money we getting? Like, I don't know. You act like a real nigga right now, which is some dialogue that Mark Wahlberg wanted to say. And so they find out they get like $30 a piece, and they didn't give shit to Jack. He's getting like some cheap ass like herringbone chain or something. And Garrett Hedlund's character and Andre 3000's character, they find out that they have their adoption papers. But Mark Wahlberg, who's clearly from the heart of Boston, doesn't know where he's from.
And neither him or Tyrese.
Yeah.
Like Tyrese, you from Florida.
Because like, nigga, you from Compton.
Right.
And
you're from fucking
Boston.
Los Angeles, bro.
So I don't know how the fuck you made it to Detroit, but all right.
Southern California, born and raised. Fuck out of here. And
it turns out my papers say Southie. No shit, Mark. Right. No shit.
And Andre 3000. It turns out I'm from Georgia. I'm from Detroit. Like, no, you're not, nigga. Not with that accent.
Like, sure,
fuck out of here.
He's even wearing overalls. Like, no, nigga.
Yeah, why is he wearing a jumper, yo? He's wearing a denim jumper 15 years after that shit is not in fashion.
Andre 3000, was he 2000 at this point? I don't think he had upgraded to 3000.
God damn.
Yeah. Like, dude, you don't have to wear that. He was like, oh, but I do. So they go to this warehouse that Jeremiah is showing them because he wants to build these apartments and everything else and try to do all this like renovation. And he's like really excited about it. Of course, his brothers shit all over it because they're literally pissing in the place and just throwing empty beer bottles around. And then Angel's like, these look like nipples because he's an idiot. And again, Tyrese is not acting. He wrote his own lines. So then the plot actually gets started at 24 minutes. They go to a bar to get a quote-unquote real drink. And this guy comes up to them and works at the bar, and he's like, yeah, yo, I heard something about your moms. I'd be like, all right, nigga, we got to fight. Don't say shit like that. And so they're like, all right, let's go fuck some people up. And then, of course, Jeremiah, with his cowardice ass, was like, yo, I got to go make a new album. I got to go. And so
before we continue, like when the dude came up and was like, yo, I have some information. Oh, I heard about your moms. Like, all right, you're almost 40, right? Like, I'm back in the day, like you say something about my mother, I might just directly punch you in your throat.
What do you mean back in the day?
That's what I was about to ask. Like, if someone said something about your mom now, What would you
Like some negative shit?
like some wild shit about your mother?
All right. Take that test, nigga. You gonna fail.
I think you already know the answer to that, which is why one of these chairs is gone.
I didn't even say that.
Don't include my mom in shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, yo. God, like, nah, yo. Nah, yo. Like, don't do that. I will fuck you up, yo. I will fuck you up. And that was not what that was about. They're being assholes. It was not about that.
It didn't help.
No,
that really did not.
it did not help. No, yo, I get mad. You don't fuck.
Micah?
Of course, I'm a mama's boy.
I'll fuck you up,
people,
yo.
people for some reason like are ashamed to say that shit. Nah, yo, especially because my mother is handicapped. So like, one, she's ripe for jokes, and two, if anything happens, she can't run away. Right. So nah, yo, nah.
Terrence?
Nah.
My mother almost threw a woman out of a window for talking about her mother once when she was in school. I got that from her. Yeah, like don't say no wild shit about my mama. Yeah, I might hit you with a brick.
No, yeah, I would lose my mind. I would black out.
15 years ago, me? Oh no, before you even finish the sentence, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yo, I heard something about your mother. No, it was positive, my nigga. It was positive. She's a lovely person.
Like, yeah, 15, 20 years ago, yeah, I'm just gonna just straight off rip, just punch you in your throat. Now, I gotta wait for you to finish the sentence.
What she do? What you heard?
And then I'll act accordingly. But like, nah, yo, don't do that.
No, I flip out, yo. I like. You were there in high school.
Yeah, when he tried to fight Hugh Ben in the parking lot for cutting him off.
Yeah, and his mother was in the car. Yeah, talk some like wild shit to my mom. I was like, nigga, I will kill you out here, yo. Like, and that nigga was significantly bigger than me.
Yeah, this wasn't jacked J. This was fucking small J. Lowercase J.
Look, nigga, I'm 30. I'm 39. I still don't like that nigga. I still don't. I don't. Like people, I don't hold a grudge. Nigga, I do. I hold grudges. Forever. Show up at your funeral just to make sure you dead. I don't give a fuck. Don't talk spicy about my mom, yo. Break your fucking knees. No, yo, even now, that shit, like, even thinking about it makes me angry, dude. Like, don't message my mom about shit, nigga. Like, don't do that. Anyway, you just move on. So Jeremiah is like, look, I gotta go talk to Big Boy and make an album. I gotta go. And so he's like, look, I'm not really trying to get involved in whatever shit y'all talking about. And so the three murderers are like, yeah, all right, cool. What you hear about our mama? It better be positive, nigga. And he was basically like, look, I heard it was a hit, like it was on purpose. And I hear this dude. These dudes partying down at like wherever, some dirty ass warehouse in Detroit, which is probably not specific enough. They might know about it. Yeah, I said it. And it's before the financial collapse. Yo, Detroit was not looking good in 2005.
Nah.
Yeah, 2009 Detroit was somehow even worse, which is crazy. So they go down and they do the gasoline trick. They fill a container. A gas container with what I assume is water. And they fill that, and then they roll in with some guns into this club, and they start pretending to be cops. And look, Mark Wahlberg looks like a fucking cop. He's got on a hoodie with a leather jacket over it. He didn't look like he shaved or bathed in a week. He's got a shotgun with a light on it. No, that nigga looks like a cop. You know? He looks like an undercover cop. And they just start rolling up to these dudes, and he starts pouring gasoline on like the main guy, and he's like, yo, I will light you niggas on fire in here. Literally is what he wanted to say. Unless you tell me who had something to do with this hit. And it was really funny because this woman is still standing after they make everybody sit down. And Tyrese fucking nails this line. He's like, yo, sit down. Like, what the fuck did we tell you? She's like, what did she say? Like, my feet hurt or some shit like that? And he was like, if you were going to sit your cornbread head ass down, like, fuck out of here. And then she goes to sit down. I mean, she was looking good, though. And then he pours gasoline on her, too. Like, fuck you. And again, no one knows what gasoline smells like. Yeah. I find that to be remarkable. So they threatened
She was like, "It's warm in here," because she didn't want to go outside.
Hey, shut the fuck up. So they threaten young Jadakiss, and they're like, "Look, it looks like it does." So they're like, "All right, you going like?" Because they basically said the cops were saying that somebody witnessed the shooting at 11 o'clock at night. This shooting happened at 11 o'clock at night at the convenience store. But this dude was like, nah, like that's not true. That's a lie because they turned the basketball court lights off at 10. So how could they have seen it? And so they grab him and they were like, bring your locks ass over here. And they grab him up and they take him to the basketball court. And it's like 10:02. And he's like, no, the light's gonna shut off. The light's gonna shut off. And he was like, all right, we're gonna fucking shoot you right now because you fucking lying. Which they weren't really kidding about because again, we find out they're murderers and they just don't give a fuck. And so luckily at like 10:03, the lights shut off.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't be able to see it if the court lights are off?
No.
Like, the court lights don't light the store.
So you thought it didn't.
All right.
Don't worry about that nigga.
Meanwhile, the entire street is illuminated with street lights.
Right, they got a street light. All right. Okay.
Fuck. Look, this is a crime thriller. It's fine. It's fine.
If anything, the vision would have been better because, like, the light from the court bounces off the court and into your eyes. So if the lights were off, you wouldn't have that glare. So you would be able to see. All right. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be easier to teach these astronauts how to drill than it would these drillers to be astronauts? Shut the fuck up, okay? That's an Armageddon reference.
Shit.
So they get home and immediately Sofia Vergara is like, it's been 3 hours since I fucked Roman. So let's go. And he was like, you right? And they just ran upstairs, which is hilarious. So then the next day they meet up with Jeremiah and he's like, yeah, so what'd y'all find out? They meet at the convenience store that she was killed in. And they meet the guy who owns the store. And he shows them the tape of their mother being killed. Would you want to see a tape?
No, I'm not watching that.
Nope.
Not watching it.
No, because then at that point, everybody has to die. Look, it's one thing if I know it. Yeah, it's another thing to see.
I have no desire to watch a human being die. I have even less desire to see my mother die in a violent way.
Yeah, nah, you gotta die. Like, I'm just gonna set the whole fucking town on fire.
Oh my God, anybody wearing a black hoodie is gonna die.
Yeah, you gotta get it. You know anything about? I don't. Well, you look like you do. So eat 9 bullets. Right? Like, nah, I'm not watching that. And
I'm turning to Liam Neeson, just walking around looking for a nigga to shoot.
Yeah,
right. That's with a fucking Billy Club or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
nah, yo, don't.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg sounds like a great idea.
He's like,
he copied me.
It's like I feel his pain.
I think he's copying me. This is what I did back in South Boston. So they're watching the tape for some god awful fucking reason. Apparently they like videos from Live Leak. I will never watch people die. Don't send me any of those links. It's fucking disturbing. So they're like, all right, cool. So now we realize that these might be like a contract killer kind of thing. And so they go over to a local basketball game that's going on, like some sort of sanctioned basketball game. And Mark Wahlberg performs the whitest thing I've ever seen a white man do, besides take women's rights away for abortion. He just walks out onto a basketball court. They're like, oh, what are we going to do? And he's like, fuck it, I'm going to wing this shit. I'm a white man. Nothing will happen to me. And so they just walk right out onto the basketball court and just take the basketball from a much larger black man, I would argue. And he just starts dribbling it, and he's like, yeah, I got the rock now.
This is the worst fucking dribbling I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that's right. Damn. That's right. I'm from Boston. I love the Celtics.
I got the rock now. He's a thug, dude. Like,
he is. Look, what was the movie that we did, Blind Spotting. Yeah, he's the nigga they're looking for. Right. He is. Like, in a movie about a bunch of wild niggas in Detroit, Mark Wahlberg is the worst nigga in this movie.
Yeah, whenever the word thug comes up, we need to figure out how to fucking Google bomb that shit so that when you image,
It's just a picture of Mark
Wahlberg.
Yeah, you have your orders, internet. There you go. Just Google Palm Mark Wahlberg in this movie specifically. You know what? Or any Mark Wahlberg image really doesn't matter.
Image. Because look at his filmography, or look at his career, walking around with his pants hanging off his ass.
Yeah.
Yo.
You know what? If it's just an animated gif of him dribbling that basketball, coming up with thug, then that's fine. Or him pulling out a gold gun in everyone's face. I believe it was gold.
This is when I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this sequence here? Like, he's dribbling the ball, he hits the dude in the nose with it, and then he just pulls a gun out in the middle of a fucking gym. I'm like...
And our mother was killed, and we don't appreciate crime. I will kill each one of you black sons of bitches in this basketball court. But I'm against crime, and murder is wrong.
Oh, shit is fucking nuts.
And this dummy in the crowd was like, "Oh shit, they must be looking for my brother." And so let me stand up, completely obvious, and walk out. And this is how look. Here's a hot take from a man who's almost 40. Kids, this is why you wear belts and proper size clothes. If he was wearing proper size clothes with a belt, he could have gotten away from Garrett Hedlund. But because his pants are so fucking big and sagging off his ass, he couldn't run fast enough. And so he got his ass caught. And look, this nigga's got like 14 Avarex coats on and shit. Learn to dress
it's Detroit. It's fucking freezing.
Yeah, move. So they hem up this dude, and like Mark Wahlberg and Jeremiah are just standing in the middle of the basketball court, about to get reverse lynched, and so then they realize, oh, we got this one guy, and he's like, all right, well, enjoy your game, and just throws the basketball back and just
insane.
Yeah. And so they find out who this kid is, and they find out that he's the brother of the supposed witness to this murder. So they take his ID, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not going." He's like, "Yeah, my brother witnessed this, and yeah, he only wears sweats in the wintertime. He'll never wear a coat. And yeah, his name is Lyric Ben. But I ain't gonna tell you nothing else about him." I was like,
because that's my brother, and I don't want to sell him out.
And they were just like,
I wouldn't want to sell out my brother either. Thanks for all the information.
It was like, get his ID. Oh, he lives in XYZ place. Let's just drive right over there. It's like, you're not really good at this whole not diming out your brother thing. You're really actually terrible at it. Yeah, my brother does live with me. And all this other information, but I ain't gonna tell you anymore. Fuck cops. So then they're like, oh yeah, he lives right over in this this project right across the street. So let's go get him. And so he just happens to be walking in at the time as they're sitting
why
in.
Does Lyric Bent look like fucking Craig Robinson's stunt double?
Nigga, he looks like Craig Mack stunt double. Yeah, he looks totally different.
I didn't know it was him until you said something.
Yeah, I'm like,
I didn't know it was
his
him.
name. I'm like, wait, the nigga from?
He was on it. It was funny because he was on his way up to his apartment to build a perpetual energy machine.
He looks mad different.
Yeah, with an afro, he looks completely different.
Yeah.
He also somehow looks older in this.
I don't think so.
Yeah, to me he does, but I mean, whatever. He's got a giant mushroom on his head. So he runs away from them, goes onto the 6th floor up to his apartment, and apparently Tyrese can't run 6 flights of stairs without stopping. They're both like 6 floors. I'm like, yo, it's only 6 floors. Yo,
yeah, that's not much.
That's not much. He didn't say like 36. Like, what the fuck? So they get up there, and Mark Wahlberg's nightmare happens. A nigga releases 2 Rottweilers after him, and Mark Wahlberg becomes Micah and starts just firing at these 2 dogs with a gun.
Lyric Bent was like, "Go get him, Chad!" He's like, "Don't shoot my dog."
Nigga, what was I supposed to do?
No.
But as an avid dog lover, I'd have shot the shit out of them dogs. Bow, bow. And I wouldn't have been like Mark Wahlberg. I wouldn't have missed.
Right. How did you miss those shots?
Like, they're
were
dogs.
right there.
They're dogs. They don't know how to pivot, nigga. Like, they just
Right.
run
They don't know how to
straight
juke.
So yeah, he can't shoot a dog.
That was because people are like,
You
don't
can't
like
kill
them.
dogs.
Yeah, you can't kill dogs on screen.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But you could for some reason show blood splatter to killing an old white woman.
Yeah, right.
That would have been fine. So Lyric Ben, for some reason, I guess because like he's a real fire safety guy,
got a rope.
He had a rope ready to go.
In preparation to jump out a window whenever someone breaks into his home.
Or a fire,
I guess
right?
because there's no fire escape.
Yeah, which is
pretty
dangerous. We really don't give a fuck about poor people. Like,
Yeah.
we really don't. Just let them burn up
He's
in a
got a
fucking
rope
building.
that he can just throw out the window at any given time. I was like, all right.
All right. It's like a fucking battle rope. It's just like, so he throws that out and he starts to fucking rappel like he's in the Swiss Army or some shit out of the window. Again, niggas in Detroit are resourceful because I don't think I can easily just rappel out of a window.
Like, not only did he rappel out the window, he stops to pull a gun out and shoot. As he's still holding the rope, I'm like, yo, this nigga's like really athletic.
With his feet up like that. No, good. Yo, what kind of upper body strength do you have? No, I would have been like, my legs would have been dangling and shit. Like, nah, yo, this is not a thing you could do.
Okay.
Again, the power of perpetual energy. So yeah, he's hanging out the window without a rig. Okay. Yeah, and he's firing back. And these two dummies, Angel and Bobby, are literally sticking their heads out of the window. Hey, where is he? And he's just firing at their faces. I'm like, I don't know, maybe don't do that.
I mean, the first one, all right, you didn't know he's got a gun. When the brother did it, Emma's like, what was that? Huh? Nah, yo. What are you doing, yo?
So eventually, Angel has the bright idea to just slightly stick his arm out and just start firing down. And doesn't hit him. Okay, again, he's rappelling in a straight line, but whatever. Then eventually, Bobby has the bright idea, which I would argue is a smart one, to just, again, I don't know, look, I don't live like this, but I don't often leave a cleaver just into a wooden block in the kitchen. What was he cooking? What was he cooking?
Is he a butcher?
Yeah, is he like dismembering a cow in his kitchen? But he had a cleaver conveniently left in his kitchen. I don't even own a cleaver. That's don't need one. But he takes it off of the wooden block, and then he was like, "I got something for your ass, nigga." And then he chops the rope with the cleaver, and he, of course, Lyric Bent falls, probably like 4 stories down. And they're like, "Oh shit, is he dead?" And he's like, "Nah, he's just fucked up." Yeah, you would be. Like, you're not Omar from The Wire. You're not surviving that shit. So he falls, and then he of course breaks his leg, and they go down and interrogate him. And they're like, "Look, you're gonna tell us who paid you to lie that you saw this thing?" And he was like, "I'm not gonna say shit. Fuck y'all." And they're like, "All right, cool. We're gonna walk away." And so they do, because they know that according to Mark Wahlberg, he's gonna ask us for help because he's got that spare rib hanging out of his leg, which is disgusting. And then, of course, Jack is like looking back. They're like, "Don't look back, dumbass. Like, we're trying to, this is a ploy." Again, they're very lighthearted about, almost killing a guy. In a few minutes, they will kill 2 people very easily. So he agrees to tell them, like, "Oh, all right, I know the guys who did it. Is these 2 shooters. One of them's got this braided goatee, like, and they're at this like casino or whatever." Terrence, you have a goatee. I have a little bit of one. You gonna braid your goatee? Put a little thing on it?
Nah, it helps it to grow though. My brother does.
Does he?
Sometimes, like, he'll just not braid it, but he'll like twist it up and put like rubber band.
Really?
Rubber band.
What was a wrestler who did that? Was it Lou Albano? No, like
Lou Albano?
Albano?
yeah. Didn't he do it at one point or something?
He might have.
I feel like maybe it wasn't him, but there was some wrestler who used to do that.
I think so. It may have been him.
But yeah, I'm not doing that. No, this nigga looks
Like, you
insane.
don't do it outside. You do
Now this
it.
nigga walking.
like-
This is a fashion statement.
It's like walking around outside with a do-rag. Like, you know, you're not really technically supposed to do it.
I'm not doing
but,
that.
You know.
My wife's ex used to do that, and then had the line across it. She was like, it used to make her furious. It was like, yo, why did you even date this nigga? Yo, come on, yo. Like, knock it off. Yeah. So this dude thought, hey, I'm being fashion forward. Definitely an easy way to identify someone. So these dummies go walking into a casino, and he's sitting there. And he's with his buddy. This is at a time in 2005 where wearing trucker hats as a black person was cool. It isn't anymore.
You know what's funny about this sequence? It cuts to this sequence, and he's just like staring at this waitress. And then it cuts to the waitress, and I was like,
Why?
Who the fuck is this waitress?
yeah, I'm like, huh. Okay.
Was she the Asian woman who's supposed to play Sophia Vergara as well?
Like, if so,
Womp womp. It went to the right person.
I was like, I mean, she's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her name is Jennifer Doan.
Yeah, that was definitely supposed to be her.
Yeah. Her credits, she's known for Four Brothers.
No. So this wasn't the breakout role that she thought it would
Guess not.
be. No, sad.
Womp womp.
Now she sells car insurance. So these dummies walk into the casino, and they literally go, "Hey, I think that's him over there." And of course, his buddy sitting next to him is like, "Yo, I think those are the guys who are looking for us." It's like, wow, these criminals are amazing. And then they just start having an
fucking shooting,
all-out gunfight at a crowded casino. Again, no regard for life.
Yeah,
Just none. Like, fuck it. Wow, they just start popping off.
I mean, it's obvious they don't have regard for life, right? Because they're murderers. They have no wherewithal to, like, not cause a scene, right? To, like, look at all these fucking witnesses here.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Jack literally walks out of the back door and starts just firing a shotgun immediately. But it all should be fine. Then these guys jump into a car.
Shotgun. He walked into the casino with a shotgun.
Yeah, like a real nigga.
Like just ready to fire off in the casino.
Yeah, you can't
with
walk-
a shotgun.
Yeah, you can't have a
It's
shotgun.
not a handgun, nigga. That shit was in your pocket in your coat. Just kind of like.
Like, why is he walking like that? Nah, I keep this one. It wasn't even a
fine.
sawed-off either.
Nah,
I
it was a full ass shotgun.
He was like, I keep this one in the tuck. Yo, why are you wearing a duster? like, what are you doing? So,
Good lord.
so there's a chase. Chase ensues between the goateed
This is a
gentleman.
solid chase sequence.
I
In
was
the
gonna
snow
say
with
this is
fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is actually a pretty
Yeah.
good action sequence. I actually like it. This is one of two action sequences in the movie that are both very good. But yeah, I liked it because they're driving two trash cars. Like one's an El Camino.
They're driving two fucking American gigantic hearses.
Yeah, just steel.
Yeah.
Steel and drum
Tail
brakes.
all over the place.
No anti-lock brakes. Nobody gave a fuck.
I'm surprised they probably have seatbelts. Do they even have seatbelts?
Nigga, I'm surprised they have seats. I'm surprised these are not just like milk crates on the floor. So yeah, they're chasing around each other, and it's actually kind of cool because, like you said, like the cars are swerving. It's snowing like hell.
All that's
Angel
real
pulls
snow,
out.
by the way.
Oh, this is Detroit.
Yeah, all that's real snow. Even the snow that's falling. Apparently, none of this stuff is like snow machines and none of that shit.
Oh,
Wow.
so this weather is realistic, unlike the insane rain machine for the movie that we're going to do today as well later on. And it's so loud that you can barely hear people talking over it. It's weird.
Yeah, this had to have been a really dangerous sequence to
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
real
absolutely,
fucking
man.
snow. Yeah, with these vehicles, nah. I'm like, you want me to do what?
Like you better
No.
call a fucking stunt double. I'm not doing this. Somebody gonna die. Yeah, so it is actually really a well done driving scene. And they're laying chase. Angel is doing his action hero shit by hanging out the window and shooting. They hit a bump and he almost fucking fell out of the car, which would have been hilarious. And then eventually they just hit hit the other car, and they spin it out of control and topple the shooters.
That sequence was actually really dope because that shit did like a 360
and then flip
before it hit.
Yeah, no, this is solid. And then Angel and Bobby just go over, drag the guys out. Jack is standing a little ways away, letting his black brothers take the rap for murder. And terrible. And they just fucking put 2 bullets in these niggas and just keep it moving. Like, yo, what? They didn't even hesitate. They were just like, no, you ready? Done. And again,
they killed their mother.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Saw it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So, yeah,
No, I get it.
I'm not going to say I wouldn't do the same thing.
Would you kill somebody who killed your mom?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. Just
Like, I probably would.
I mean, like, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Just
If
to
I
get
knew
it on the record.
And I saw it. Like, not just to, like again, you said earlier, like, not just to know you did it, but to actually see you do it. Yeah. You got to die, my nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I take
die.
that. I take that. Would you, okay, here's a better question. Would you do it like them and just be like, I didn't kill him? Or would you be like, nah, I did it?
I'm like,
no, I'm not going to admit to a crime.
Fuck no, if you ain't seen me, I don't know what the fuck happened to them niggas.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Again, I just like to get things on the record.
How did this happen? I'm like, how did what happen? Well, the guy that murdered your mother is dead. I'm like, word? You're like, word?
Oh my God.
Ah, shit, that's fucked up.
That sounds like some tragic shit.
Sucks to be that guy. Sucks to be that guy, huh?
You just do the fucking Chris Evans meme. Does anyone want me salad? Like, I don't give a shit.
I thought you were going to see the other Chris Evans meme of just pictures of him laughing.
If I found out the person who killed my mother, if I had nothing to do with it, and they died, just get the bread out of the oven. What the fuck do I care?
Like, do you want a beer? Like,
y'all just want to sit down and talk about
thanks for
something?
the info. You want to play some fucking PlayStation?
Like, nigga, I was in the middle of a fucking dope binge on Hulu. Like, y'all gotta come back later. What did you give? You give 2 shits. So then we see the next day, Green, played by Terrence Howard, and his definitely not corrupt partner. They find these 2 guys murdered, and they're like, "Oh, this is crazy." And so then they, of course, go see Bobby and his brothers. And when they go knock on the door, Bobby's like, he's getting his arm fixed up from being attacked by those Rottweilers. He's like, "Yo, give me a shirt or something to cover this up." And so when the cops come in, he's doing his best Ric Flair impression, and he's like, "Man, that's crazy. These 2 shooters got killed. Man, y'all wild. Yo, Detroit is a wild place, dog. That's nuts." And the cops seem to have an attitude of like, "I think you knew what happened here," but like they don't press the shit. They're just like, "Well, we don't have any proof." Right? I'd be like, "Nah, come on downtown, my nigga. Like, I'm pretty sure you did this." And they're like, "We got a hair from one of the bodies that's from your head." He's like, "No, you don't." Like, no, you don't.
What are you talking
He's
about?
like, "Oh, fake hair? The fake hair bit? Ha! That's a good one."
It's like, I'm a criminal. I'm not dumb. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, it was like, "Nice try, nigga. Like, fuck out of here."
Even Terrence Howard laughed and shit. He was like,
They got it, dog.
They got it, Joe.
Isn't it hilarious how we plant evidence on innocent people all the time and they fall for it and we ruin their lives because they're minorities and no one really gives a shit because the justice system is completely fucked up. It's hilarious. 2 divided by 1 is 14. I don't know. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
Oh, the justice system. And so next we finally get to the villain of the story.
Right.
48 minutes in.
Good Lord.
Which is crazy because Victor Sweet, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, 1 is great. I didn't realize though, he's not in the movie that much.
He's in for like 5 minutes.
I was just like, I would have liked to see a prequel of Victor Sweet coming out because he's a great villain in this.
He's a psycho.
This is me if I ever became like in charge of a criminal element. Like if TMP Studios took a criminal that had a criminal arm. This would be me. I'd be more respectful to my underlings. I feel like
I don't appreciate you pointing at me when you said criminal arm, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, if I had to go into a direction. If we needed like a Black Ops kind of situation, right? All right, what's the X-Men's Black Ops group?
What are they?
X-Force?
X-Force.
Yeah, like if we needed a TMP X-Force, if we took that element, then yes, I would go more the Victor Sweet model. Yeah, Chiwetel Ejiofor, just his character just don't give a fuck.
He really doesn't. Like, I'd have to kill this nigga, yeah.
No, yo, he had to die, yo.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna make me eat food off the floor in front of my girl, yo. I'd be like, all right, yeah, bet. I'm gonna come see you later that night, nigga. You gotta die. Like, just put a bullet in your head. I'm probably gonna die, and I get that. But, no. So they're at a restaurant, and Victor Sweet he's like, didn't I tell you to get out-of-town shooters? He's like, you know why you get out-of-town shooters? Because you know what they do when they finish? They get out of town. I was like, that's some solid ass nigga logic. I mean, that does make sense.
It's like, you got in-town shooters, now I got in-town problems, which means in-town police. I was like, this nigga's intense. I don't like this shit at all.
Hey, relax. Look, I understand the in-town, out-town thing. I get it. But if you could just take it easy, you seem very upset.
Yeah.
And then he's talking to one of his lieutenants.
You're hungry? He's screaming the whole fucking time.
Like, in fairness, yo, if your crazy boss is laying shit out, maybe don't take a bite of pasta, my nigga. Just wait. Like, big man, just chill. Like, you gonna get your food?
Like, I know you look hungry, just stop.
Just chill. And so Victor Sweet embarrasses him and he's like, you hungry? And he just takes his plate of food, which one is disrespectful as fuck, and just threw that shit on the ground. And he was like, now get down there and eat. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do that.
Nigga, no.
Yeah,
yo, put a bullet in my head, yo. I'm not going out like some kind of
grown-ass man, yo. I can't.
No, yo. I look, and you pull a gun out of me, then we just going to be rumbling in here, yo. I'm not eating off the floor.
Like, you're going to have to shoot me right now.
And he would have.
He probably would have.
Yeah.
Like, but I work for him. I know the risk. Fuck it.
Nah, you can't disrespect people for that one. And he was just like, he's like, I'm sorry. Shut your ass up. And so then he forces him to get on the ground. Yo, he just disrespectfully throws his food on the ground too. Like you would literally like how I feed my dog. Like, fucking take that shit. Take it, nigga. And he makes this big nigga in a suit. You know that's his Easter suit. He makes him go sit down there and eat his penne pasta off the floor. And his girl, because she can't keep her goddamn mouth shut, she was like, man, that's some bullshit. And he was like, bitch, shut up while I make you sit down there and eat it with him. And he was like, on second thought, get down there. Like, share a meal with your nigga. Yo, you're not making my girl like eat off the ground. Like, you're not. No, yeah, I'd have rushed him. Like that. Like, I feel like I'd have gotten a couple punches in before you murdered me, and that's okay.
Right, we'll have someone else do it.
Yeah, like, while you were looking at my girl, making her come down, like, disrespect, I'd be like, I'd have rushed her. Like, nah, yo, like, I get it. We gonna die today. I get it.
Like, I feel like they're all armed, right?
Yeah, I'd have been like,
they all armed. I'd have shot that nigga. Yeah. Like, fuck it. I shot him. What we gonna do now? He's dead.
They'd be like, we gotta shoot you. I'd be like, I get that.
Like, who gonna take over? Because he's dead. I'm gonna put a bullet in his head. I'm gonna make sure he's not going to survive this shit.
Yeah, you can't make me eat food off the floor. You know? Like, I'm just not doing that. How much money would it take for someone to offer you to eat food off the floor publicly?
Off the floor?
Off the floor.
Nah, I got pride, yo.
I don't know if I could do it.
$1 million?
No.
$1 million?
$1 million does not go that long, yo.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
$10
You
million?
doing
It depends.
You doing it?
All right,
I can't
hold on.
say that I would.
Here's the thing. But it also depends on the type of food, too. Like, somebody threw a burger, I'd be like, that's not that big of a deal. But if it was like spaghetti, like, that feels disrespectful.
Some shit you gotta laugh
Yeah,
at.
like a sauce. It can't be a sauce meal, yo. Nah, yo. Nah, it can't be a sauce meal.
Like a piece of chicken or something? Nah, yo, I'm not eating a piece of chicken.
All right. You know, you're gonna take a watermelon rind.
Yo, that's a wild request. That's a wild request. eat this fried chicken on the floor. Nah, yo, come on, yo.
I can't. Like,
Yo, screams at my ancestors. Yo, like, nah, yo, you're not gonna do that, yo.
it's like the nigga in me would just not allow myself to do that. I'd be like,
Not allowed.
how much? $10 million?
I mean, $10
That's
million.
a piece of chicken on
$10
the
million.
floor.
$10 million.
Now
$10 million. I can buy people's respect after they see the video of me eating. They be like, "Nigga, you ate chicken." I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up. Here's $50. Shut up."
$10 million?
I mean, $10 million is fine. $1 million, I don't know, yo. I'm not in that dire or streets to be.
I mean, Bill's got to get paid. You got to.
I got a job.
Look, you got a new son. You don't want him to have the new Jordans.
I don't want him. I don't want my new son.
Don't buy your baby Jordans. That's stupid.
See a video of you eating chicken on the
Right. That'll fuck him up way worse.
He was like, on YouTube.
I mean, he's like, yo, my dad, like, we do live in a lap of luxury, which is nice, but that nigga did eat chicken off the floor. Why a white man yelled at him to eat it like a dog.
yo,
that seems wrong.
Yeah, yo. Like
the people
Like if
that
Mark
were on,
Wahlberg was like, eat this saucy spaghetti. It was made in one pot, not separated.
Eat this Wahlburger off the floor.
Eat this Wahlburger.
It's like, eat this pasta off the floor, house nigga. Like, nah, we gotta fight.
Nah, yo.
I don't give a fuck how much money you put. But no, like, imagine the kids, like, the people that were on, like, Fear Factor having children now.
Ugh.
And the children to see their fucking parents on Fear Factor eating, like,
Right. Slurping
bugs
up
for
worms and shit.
$50,000 and shit.
Right.
You cannot pay for your college. Turn
Like,
it off.
nigga, what the fuck were you doing? Like, that $50,000 is gone.
Like, yeah, we repaved the driveway. That's all you got out of it, Dad? That's all you did?
Like, you did what back in the day? Ew, nigga. Like, gross.
So there you go. So I think we've established that $10 million.
$10 million. All right.
You'll eat just about any food off the floor.
$10 million, I can move. And
You can't move off the internet.
No.
Nah,
Now that's gonna be like, but I got $10 million though. That's the only saving grace.
Yeah.
look at this nigga. Yeah, but $10 million.
But people done worse for nothing. You know, eat like Tide Pods and shit.
Yeah, for free.
for clicks
Let's eat
on
detergent.
YouTube.
For attention.
For like $11 in ad revenue. Congratulations, moron. Stupid.
You like this picture of Terrence's Michigan driver's license?
What?
Yo, come on.
Yo, it kind of look like Terrence. Yo.
Wait, what part
Kind of
is
look
that?
like Terrence in a do-rag. at 50 minutes.
Oh, that's cute.
Is it? I'm trying to see the
Oh my god. So yeah, now we finally find out that Victor Sweet is the one who hired these people basically to kill their mama. Now of course we still don't know quite why. But we will find that out later. So they get back to the house, and again, Mark Wahlberg is on his racist shit with Sofia Vergara. Like, again, Mark Wahlberg hates people of color. He does. He just talks wild shit all the time, and somebody needs to kick his ass. But the other guys leave, and immediately Sofia Vergara does a thing that I can support, which is she was like, "Hey, you want to fuck me on a washing machine?" I put it on spin cycle, and Angel was like, "Yes, I do. I do want to do that with your fine self." Yeah, and he starts smiling like there's a whole 6-pack of Coca-Cola somewhere in the house, and just as he's trying to give it a business, somebody comes in the house, an old white man disturbing people, of course, and he's like, "Look, I was a lawyer for your mom, and I've only met her once," and he's like trying to give her all this information, and for some reason, Angel decides to put Sofia Vergara out on the porch, and she's wearing a coat, but she's only got lingerie on. I'd be like, "Oh, white man, leave a message. Be back in, 15 to 18 minutes, and I'll talk to you." I'm kidding. Relax. 20 minutes time. And so then Mark Wahlberg's character and Garrett Hedlund, they go hunting for the apartment for Terrence in a Do-Rag. They go to the shooter's apartment and they flip over a mattress, and there's not one gun. There's like 14 guns for some reason. And they also find a camera, and they see pictures on the camera that show that these guys were stalking their mom and taking all these pictures of her with this other dude, this other rich guy. And you come to find out that it was a contract killing, right? So they were going after her specifically. Which is weird because when they went and robbed the store, they act like they were surprised to find her there, even though there's no one else that knows it's a contract killing. But I guess that's for the audience to kind of find out. Then we find out Angel finds out that Jeremiah is been in debt for trying to build these apartments. And so he suspects that he's tied up with all this shit as well, with Victor Sweet and everybody. Like there's a whole thing about them going over to this rich guy's house that they saw was in pictures with their mom, this lawyer guy. And they break into his house and everything. And for some reason, Sofia Vergara shows up and she's screaming outside of the house, acting a goddamn fool, and gets them caught by this guy coming home. And then they proceed to try to beat him up because he's an old, weak white man. They just push him on the ground and slap his belly in the middle of the snow. Meanwhile, everyone else just gets shot in the head. And this, I guess, is a comedic moment. Of them just breaking and entering.
B&E and being harassment.
We just gotta slap him on the belly. It's funny because he's rich, and rich people get away with everything. So they find out like this guy actually had a relationship with banging their mom's back out. So they're like, oh, okay, we get it.
He's like, yeah, we broke your window in the back. Sorry about that. You gonna pay for it? Like, well, what? Like, all right.
He's like, nah, we're broke. And he was like, okay, cool.
I got you. At least you didn't kill me.
Thanks. And all so right. Then for some reason, Mark Wahlberg is sitting on a toilet for 12 hours a day in the next scene. I'm not sitting on a toilet for 12 hours a day for nobody. Not even John Singleton. Like, no. For some reason, Roman is there in a robe. And I guess in real life, he's naked for some reason. Like, he could be wearing pants. Like,
who fucking knows?
And so he's like, hey, something's happening with my dick. I don't know, I don't know what's going on. And Mark Wahlberg, who's sitting there taking a shit in the bathroom while his brother's taking a shower. This is not
That's too familiar, yo. Familiar. I don't like that shit. I don't like it at all. I don't like it when my wife does it. I'm in the shower. Get out.
Yeah, no.
I need my space,
we have two bathrooms.
Yeah, I need my space, yo. Nah. No,
I don't care for that. I don't care for that. Don't use the bathroom while I'm in the shower.
Yeah, don't.
Because we have a glass door, so I don't need that.
Oh, like, yeah, because you could like.
I see.
Yeah, nah.
No, I don't need that. No, we have a second bathroom. Go use the second bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't come in there to drop a stinking load in there while you're taking a shower. I don't do that. Seems rather rude, actually. But Mark Wahlberg has been shitting on that bowl for 12 hours.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that shot.
It really doesn't.
That shot was 2 minutes long, yo. Come on, man.
Or was it, Micah? Or was it? So he's sitting there. So Angel comes in. He's like, yo, I think there's something wrong with my dick. And Mark Wahlberg's commentary is, hey, why don't you ask your gay-ass brother who's in the shower?
He's like, ask the dickologist or something like that.
Dick expert. Because, he's gay and loves cock, I guess. Because that nigga made a Thanksgiving meal with a salad. His gay ass will know. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? So he's like, ask Dr. Dick, and he'll look at it. And so Garrett Hedlund turns his head out of the shower to look at his own brother's penis. Okay.
Well, they're foster brothers.
I suppose.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
And so he's like, nah, that's Jake Rugburn. One, is that common? Are people getting rug burn? Fucking
fucking rugs.
Yeah, why are you dry humping when you 6? Oh, I can't wait to get late. Like, just get on a bed.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm like, how the hell you get rug burn on your dick?
like maybe you're like some part of your legs if you're like, you know what I mean? Like, but no,
it doesn't like.
It's never happened.
Logistically, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I don't know.
Unless he was fucking a rolled up rug. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
That I suppose is possible.
Like a woman can get rug burn on her ass, you know, if they're on the floor.
I guess maybe if she was laying on her back and you were like going for it, you know, on top, and then like you slipped out and you like somehow you went under and hit the rug one good time.
Like shit,
you got me. Like, but wouldn't you'd remember that?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I got rug burn on my dick, I would remember where that came from.
Yeah,
immediately.
I would feel it immediately. So,
I'd be like, yeah, rug burn doesn't settle in over hours. It's not poison ivy or something. So yeah, he was like, I think I got. What did he say? I got a little rust on my equipment or some shit like that. And I was like, that's not a phrase I like. Yeah. Phrasing, terminology is not okay. So yeah, he asked the dick expert, and he's like, "Yeah, I've gotten rug burn on my gay dick tons of times." So yeah, that's what that is. And he's like, "Oh, thank God. I guess I'll go back to fucking my Mexican girlfriend."
My luck ran out. Like,
nigga, sexual safety is not about luck. Again, we're just doing bad things. And he's like, "Oh, thank God. You know, I can't go more than one whole day without having sex with my girlfriend." So then they decide, all right, cool. We're gonna go. We're gonna continue our search to find answers. They go to a congressman, and they just decide, hey, we're gonna do the gasoline trick again, and just pour gas right on this guy's car and threaten to light him on fire.
Like, okay,
I guess they poured real gas in his car.
Yeah, they broke the back window because it's broken.
Is it real gas they're pouring on his car? Because the gas before wasn't real gas. I don't think. Early on it wasn't. Also, why did you keep lighting a cigarette? You could just have the match there. I don't really understand.
Yeah, that's how cool guys commit arson.
With a cigarette that may or may not light the gas on fire.
Right, like that's not right. Like this isn't like Last Action Hero. Like you like flick it and just blow up a store. Then we see Jeremiah go into the Detroit Fidelity Bank to cash a check for $405,000 from Mama's insurance, life insurance. We see Green, these are just a series of events. We see Green notice that his partner on a surveillance tape is talking to Evelyn Mercer for an hour before she was killed. And he finds that to be interesting. Then the three brothers, Jeremiah, Jack, and Bobby, go to a Dave and Buster's, I guess, and threaten the big guy who was eating food off the floor like a goddamn dog. They just go and threaten him right in front of his family. And the second he walks over there, because they see Jeremiah give him a check for the $400,000. The second they walk over there, his wife or his girlfriend was like, it's time to go. And they were like, not so fast, nigga. Like, we need to talk with you. And so they're trying to find out what the fuck the deal is with Jeremiah and shit. We see that same congressman talking to Victor Sweet, that they threaten with gas. And Victor does something that I feel like is a dope fucking move. The guy's just talking and he's like, yeah, you know, these guys came and threatened me. And he's like, did you tell them my name? And he's like, no, I didn't tell him. No, of course not. I didn't do that. And he's like, you did, didn't you? He's like, no, nigga, I just said I didn't say anything. I didn't tell him your name. He's like, yes, you did. And he just reaches over, just quiet as his cat, and just pulls his tie out of his jacket and just fucking pulls him down to the table. That's a dope-ass move. I feel like it's slightly terrifying because he doesn't hit him or anything. Yeah. He just whispers in his ear like real close, like, nigga, I will kill you.
He's like, I know you told him. I smelled it on you when you walked in the door. Go sit at the fucking kiddie table. I'm like, yo.
Again,
I'm gonna leave, my nigga. I gotta go.
Yo, again, the level of
like, I'm not doing that.
The level of disrespect.
I'm a congressman. Get the fuck out of my face.
Imagine fucking Elijah Cummings.
Nigga, I'm in the federal government. Yo, sit your ass at the kid table.
I mean, there's John Singleton once again is firing on all cylinders with these villains who need more screen time. Not since Peoples Hernandez has a John Singleton villain been as entertaining.
Yeah. He does have a knack for that. He knew how to write villains very well. But yeah, it's just really funny because he's like, go sit at the other table, and it's only the kid table there, and he's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I ain't done talking to you, and I don't want to see you right now. I'm like, I'm not done with my hand or whatever. And then the little kids are like, ooh, you in timeout? Oh, shut up, man. You get in trouble, like, oh, shut your ass up, little ass kids. Fuck out of here. And then Victor Sweet tells his buddy, like, oh, you getting married soon? Yeah. No. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to send you on an out of town trip and do prima nocta on your girlfriend. Basically, I was like, oh, so you fitting to die?
Right? Like, no, absolutely not. He's like, yeah, you can teach you how to cook. He's like, nah, I can teach you a lot more tricks than that. I'm like, don't do that. I'll jump over this fucking table. Yeah. Like, again, this is another instant where I would have to kill him.
Yeah, yo, it's time to die.
Like, nah, you gotta go. Like, everybody else around this motherfucker don't like you anyway.
Yeah, you a wild, you a habitual line stepper, yo. Like,
that nigga just picked the line up and threw that bitch in the trash.
Yo,
like,
look
fuck the line.
Yo, look at the fucking dude he made eat off the floor. Like, he's sitting at the table too. He's literally like leaning back, just being like, ain't this some shit? Like, yo, you saw what he did to me on Wednesday? You just gonna let this nigga do this shit to you on Friday? Well, let's get this nigga, yo. Nah, yo. Like, nah, you're not gonna talk to me like that.
I can't imagine telling somebody, hey, I might need you to go out of town so I can fuck your wife. What the fuck?
Like, no, what day you gonna be there? Yeah. No, I'm leaving on Friday. What day you showing up? Cool, because I'm gonna still be there. Wait for you guys to walk right through that door, and I'll be like, no, tell them to come on over. I'll put 19 bullets right in your fucking chest. Shit. I'll be sitting right in the shadows like Tyrese black ass. Shit. Come on over here. Yeah, come on over here. Let's see. Let's find out how it's gonna work out for you. Shit, they'll never find you. I got contractor bags. They'll never find you. They'll never find you. What happened to Victor? Nigga, I don't know. It's a shame. I was out of town. I don't know what happened. That's crazy. Fuck that.
Yo, that's crazy. I was watching this scene like, yo, I would. like that shit was making me hot, yo. Back of your neck. I was like, yo, this nigga gotta go. Yo, you gotta go, yo. I will put a bullet in this nigga in front of those children. Like, fuck that, yo. And everybody else around the table, like, they would probably be like, I get it.
Yeah, like nobody.
Like, what else are you going? Like, what are they gonna say?
Be like, yo, I can't believe you killed our wildly disrespectful boss who really treats us all like this.
Right, that's crazy. Yo.
You kill him there, everybody's just like, high five.
Like, it's one nigga.
Yeah,
like it's one dude, yo. What do you? Nah, no. Nah.
They should have really come together like a union. Wink. This movie is about the working man, guys.
Fucking lemmings, yo. Like, she just needs somebody.
Stop letting the boss. Look, I cannot say this enough. We need to. They should have seized the means of production immediately from this guy. Come on, man. Socialist uprising.
Yeah, nah. We are a little crazy. Like, we have levels. That my level would have been, yeah.
Yeah, I don't take kindly to disrespect, yo. Mm-hmm. You disrespect my mom, you make me eat off the floor, and you gonna talk about fucking my wife? All right, nigga, you got to go, yo. 3 strikes and you are out. Nah, yo, it is a wrap. So cut to a scene of Tyrese getting punched in the face. Tyrese calls out Jeremiah in front of his brothers because they're like, yeah, you took $400,000 and you're doing this. You're wrapped up with all this shit. You took money from moms and all this other shit. And he was like, yeah, you paid her for her insurance. He was like, yeah, nigga, I paid all her bills. Where the fuck were any of you? And then he proceeds to punch Angel in the face, which look, I respect it. And he was basically like, look, I'm the one who takes care of everything for her, and none of y'all niggas did shit. And Mark Wahlberg's like, damn, he right. We was all broke. And he's like, yeah, fuck y'all, yo. I'm in Detroit making shit happen. And so then he basically explains how he got screwed over because he didn't want to play ball with Victor Sweet and all this other shit. And then all of a sudden, somebody rings the doorbell or knocks on the door, and Jack goes outside to see what's happening. He gets hit in the face with a snowball. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. And then he runs outside like a dummy. And just as he's running outside, the guy turns around, he's got a fucking hockey mask on and pulls out a Desert Eagle and shoots him in the shoulder, which, by the way, just shot him in the shoulder instead of blowing his entire shoulder off.
Yo. Like, what the fuck is a Desert Eagle, yo?
Like, come on. Those are military
At point blank range.
Yeah. Like, it would have just been like a hole, just a chunk missing. So he gets shot. And then all hell breaks loose.
Speaking of the violence, Jack is wearing 10 squibs.
Oh, wow, okay.
But he was like, all right, maybe 10 is a little much. Just let 4 of them go off.
Nah, fuck that.
He had 10 squibs on. What the fuck were they about to do to his ass?
He was about to be the new RoboCop. Exactly. He's just like, no! Boom! Blow fucking hand off. Jesus Christ.
It was Detroit.
They're not fucking around. Yeah, they
took his legs out.
Yo, they shot. Look, I don't know if people notice this, but we have done many movies on No Time to Bleed. One of these niggas has a Steyr AUG. Like, that's the machine gun from fucking Die Hard, dude. Like, that is a staple of the 1980s. Like, yo, why does he have that?
Where are they getting their military grade equipment from?
Yeah.
In Detroit.
Sonny surplus.
Right on Ricestown Road or Liberty Road. Excuse me. At one point, Angel is wielding 2 handguns akimbo. Like they literally use a machine gun to blast holes through. Like, dude, these are serious Call of Duty level weaponry. To blast a hole through brick. Again, this guy has got a weapon that like normal people should not be able to buy. Marky Mark has just got a shotgun, so his range is bullshit. Jeremiah sees a picture of his wife getting knocked down, and he gets sad. They start flanking. Yo, what is going on? And so they literally just start driving bullets through a brick wall to try to kill Marky Mark because he's in the little covered porch area. Jeremiah's like, oh shit, I'm just a musician. And
he's like, I got kids.
I got family.
Yeah, and then he was just like, stab, nigga, stab. He just stabs a dude to death. Like, everyone else was shooting from afar. He decided to go full Mexican and use a knife to kill people, which is crazy. Since we're dealing with racial stereotypes in this movie. Latin people love knives. And
fire.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, wasn't that one dude in Suicide Squad? Fuego or whatever?
Yeah, El Diablo or some shit.
Wow. I mean, this was his name, El Diablo. Again, Angel is just using 2 handguns and just taking people out, which is ridiculous, but whatever. Mark Wahlberg is out of ammunition. There's a guy moving slowly towards the house. He's got a fucking machine gun. And Mark Wahlberg is like, I guess I'll just be a super nigga. And he just runs outside and beats a guy to death with a brick. Just on the front lawn of their house. Yeah, he's just hitting this guy with a brick over and over and over again in the head.
He was like, I don't have any bullets left. Let me take this brick, hit him in the face with it as I run out the door, and then just tackle him and just beat him to death with a brick. That was like,
okay,
that's a solid move.
Yeah.
You should be dead, but okay.
Angel jumps out of the top floor window.
He was a
soldier. Yeah, he was a soldier. Pretty boy soldier. He jumps out, kicks the machine gun out of the other guy's hand. That guy almost gets hit, or Angel is about to save Bobby from getting run over by a car, and like a RKO out of fucking nowhere, Jeremiah stabbing up ass comes and hits that car with a Volvo, and luckily saves the day. And then Sofia Vergara comes outside and then calls the police. Bitch, why weren't you calling the police 20 minutes ago?
So in the
And
first
Garrett Hedlund gets murdered.
in the first draft of the screenplay, no one dies. None of the brothers die.
Nah, you gotta kill one.
But in the second draft, Jack is killed. The screenwriters thought that it would add more of an intense dislike for Victor Sweet, as if we don't hate him enough already.
Yeah, that's enough. Like this did nothing to me. Did nothing for me as far as Victor Sweet is concerned.
Right. When he had that woman get on the floor and
I was done with that.
Yeah, right.
No, come on.
Fuck you forever.
No, you can't tell a guy that you're gonna fuck his wife, his soon-to-be wife. Like, come on, yo, this dude's a habitual line stepper. I think we're good. Right? We get it.
That was it right there. No, we were good at that point. Like, now you got to die.
Right. Come on, yo.
Yeah. Or like that, making a congressman, a duly elected congrosman, sit at a kid table. Come on, yo.
I don't know what the fuck he did.
No, these are four distinct, disrespectful ass moments. Like, I didn't need him to get this white dude killed for me to be like, oh, I didn't really care for him. No, I didn't really care for him at all.
Oh shit.
Cops show up and they're like, what happened? And he was like, a Marine happened. And everybody was okay with it. And they were like, oh, it's self-defense. It's fine. Then Green confronts his partner at a pool hall. And he confronts him by, like, they have this, like, interesting, like, rhetorical back and forth about, like, hey, I think your pool stick is crooked, and he's like, no, it seems fine to me, and all this other shit. And he's like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. And then he takes the pool stick and fucking, I think he breaks his arm, yeah, or hits him in the legs or some shit like that. Which is reminiscent of Terrence Howard being damn near beaten to death with a pool stick in Dead President.
I'm like, he's always in a pool hall getting fucked up.
Yeah. Then he goes out back, and Micah's favorite scene, a white man kills Terrence Howard.
I mean, this is Oscar-worthy performances right here. By Josh Charles.
Yeah.
I really felt it.
Yeah,
I really felt the anger towards Terrence Howard in this scene.
What's funny is he shoots him once, and Terrence Howard, probably wearing a vest, like, you know, he's obviously fucked up. But Terrence Howard was like, next time, baby. And that guy was like, nope. Wow, and shot him again. So yeah, then he killed him. And then he called it in and was like, oh, 2 black males, officer down, 2 black males, you know, got away on foot. And he's just like faking gunfire and all this other shit, which is fucked up. So he killed his partner. And no one in the pool hall came outside. It's weird.
It's Detroit. They hear gunfire every day.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, there's just like, no,
Clearly.
So then Jack is buried. He died. Then they proceed to put together this plot to basically to pay off Victor Sweet, to let them live. They start by having Jeremiah go to the dude who's eating off the floor. Like, look, I want to meet with Victor Sweet and give him this $400,000 and all this other shit. Meanwhile, Angel goes over to the corrupt cop's house and pays a fat kid to try to sell him a box of Baby Ruths. Nah, that kid ate all those Baby Ruths. Knock it off. And
yeah, I found that funny. I wanted that kid to just be like, "Oh, you think you can bribe me just because I'm fat with a bunch of candy?"
Yeah,
right. You right. And then just take the shit.
Yeah, like, no, I'm gonna eat these motherfuckers. They're delicious. Baby Ruths are good at candy bar. So then he's like, look, we'll pay this $400,000. Angel then grabs the cop. He puts a plastic bag over his head, try to choke him to death. And then for some reason, Sofia Vergara goes to the police and was like, I guess that's all part of the setup. Like, hey, my boyfriend was talking about killing a cop. And then, like, apparently the cops who don't give a fuck about anything that's going on are all racing to this cop's house because, blue lives only matter,
That's
I guess.
the most realistic thing about this silly ass movie.
Yeah. Oh, shit, somebody trying to kill a cop. Let's go. So then, of course, he thinks not Jeremiah. What the fuck is Tyrese's name? Angel tricks the corrupt cop into thinking that he's working with the cops and got a confession from him about being corrupt. And so when the cop eventually wrestles the gun away from Angel and takes him outside, he thinks the cops are all there to kill him. And so he starts shooting at the cops. And then the cops are like, yo, we were on your side, nigga. And then he starts shooting at us. So they start shooting at him because cops just love shooting at people. And then they murder the corrupt cop, which was great.
Let me tell you something, yo. This is a dangerous ass game.
Because Angel could have straight up been murdered. Straight up been murdered.
Like you put your goddamn hands into the wrong people.
Detroit cops? Detroit PD?
No.
So here's how it's gonna work. You gonna pretend to kill a cop. Plan over. No, that's not the plan. That's not the plan.
It's like, we're going to set it up so the cops will kill the actual cop. It's like, you want me to do what?
Right. You want me to
I'm going to be there when it happens?
You want me to let the crooked cop get the upper hand? And get, nah, yo.
Like,
nah.
Yeah, because he could have just been like,
who the fuck
got
made
the thing up and
like Mark Wahlberg made this.
Mark Wahlberg just wanted another white man to kill a black man.
He made this plan up on the fly. This plan was one of the improvised lines and shit.
I got the line now. Here's my plan. Like, nah, yo, this plan is terrible. This is a terrible, terrible plan. So I guess they're on the middle of like Lake Michigan, some fucking where. And they drive out and they were supposed to be in exchange for money of the $400,000. And Victor Sweet eventually shows up. He opens the bag and he's like, I like the way you do business. He's wearing like a chinchilla coat or some shit. And he's like, yeah, my brother said that you'd probably just take the $400,000 and just shoot me in the head. And he's like, huh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, maybe I would. Like, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And he was like, so what I basically decided to do was to just give the $400,000 to all these underpaid niggas that you treat like shit. And we're just going to fuck you up. And he was like, what? Wait, huh? And the dude who loves pasta was like, you know, I was in the union. And I was like, oh, it was about union workers and socializing together and socialism. I like that. All coming up, the proletariat seizing the means of production. I like it. And so then Victor Sweet is like, so who gonna do it? Who gonna fuck me up? And I'm like
all of us.
Like, nigga, everybody here's got a gun.
You just beat him to death.
Yeah, like you're not taking on like 15 hard hitting Detroit niggas.
Like, you're not
or
taking
Lake
on a
Michigan
bunch of niggas that was in the union.
Nah,
no.
They got a white guy out there with a ski mask on. Like, nah, yo, this is not gonna work out for you.
Got this big Russian looking nigga in the back. Nah, you fucked up.
You out there in a chinchilla coat. Like, I mean, he's basically like, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Like, yo, this is like Pete. This is Denzel Washington from Training Day right here. So
then they're like, who's gonna do it? And all of a sudden, just out of the blue, a white savior appears. And because they all drove out there, I assume Mark Wahlberg walked all the way across Lake Michigan.
Because you could see the horizon line. Ain't nothing nowhere else. So he just fucking walked his ass.
This nigga
walked a mile and a half away just to make a fucking grand entrance. I'm like, all right, nigga.
This nigga walked 15 miles across a frozen lake, like Lake Superior. He was like, I got this.
This motherfucker walked halfway to Canada just to make a fucking grand entrance. All right, yo.
He's like, you know, I wake up at 2:30 to box every morning. Like, all right, well. And so they just have a boxing match. What?
Nah, yo.
Nah.
And then Victor Sweet proceeds to beat the brakes off him, actually, pretty decently. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg might be strong, but he's slow. Like, he's mad slow. And, of course, Victor Sweet is talking mad shit, as black fellas often like to do in fights. And Mark Wahlberg is, I guess, the great white dope, and somehow he gives them a two-piece and a biscuit after Victor Sweet gets two-piece and a biscuit on Wahlberg, and he knocks him out. Fucking stone cold knocks his ass out. And everybody's like, yeah, come on, man, come on. Like, hey, you can win the fight. I'm like, why are we having an even fight?
Weird.
Right.
Nigga, we got guns. Game the fuck over. Like, yo, we're not having a UFC sanctioned match. Like, Herb Dean is not here. Yeah, so eventually he just fucking uppercuts him. He did punch him in his kidneys at one point. And he was like, oh, shit. So, yeah, he fucks him up. And he gives him one of those Southie uppercuts. And then they were just like, all right, let's throw this nigga in an ice grave.
All right, now let's murder him.
Just like they were like, hey, remember what we did to Jimmy Hoffa? And they got rid of his body.
Like, bitch, it's cold out here. If we were gonna murder him, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah. So they had used chainsaws to dig out a piece of the ice, and then they just threw his ass in the hole.
Ain't nobody gonna find him.
Not until that shit. Well, not even then. He will just float to the bottom of the river and then just be gone. How many people do you think get thrown into that fucking river by mobsters every year? Hundreds. Hundreds, dude. Yeah, you put a cinder block on their feet.
And it's cold, so they probably still preserved. You know
Bunch of crooked ass Captain Americas and shit.
Just lining the bottom of all the Great Lakes. Yeah. So of course, after they toss Victor Sweet's ass in there, all three brothers at this point get brought in on charges, and they're assuming that they're the ones who did all, killed Victor Sweet and did all this other shit, even though they don't know where Victor Sweet is. And it's just like a series of a collection of moments where they're all just like, nah, I was fucking your wife at the time. And these cops just going wild as shit, just beating the brakes off of them. And then they eventually all three get out, and Taraji P. Henson is there, and she's like, did you kill that nigga with that perpetual energy machine? And he was like, yeah, we fucked him up early. And she's like, good. I hope I don't have to marry him later on. And get $10 million, but that won't be enough. I had to kill him on some magical boat. Somehow I got on. I don't know how, but don't worry about it.
She did the mama thing. She was like, let me see your eye. And he was like, well, did you? Well, does his eye look worse than yours?
Right.
Like, all right, then.
He was like, I'm fine. She was like, you got your fist. You got somebody's fist in your eye. So you right.
Like his eye look worse. It's like, well, they're cops, so I'd probably go to prison if I punched him in the face. So no.
Yeah. So the three brothers, they get out, and they all survive. And they go back to rebuilding their mama's house after murdering a bunch of people in Detroit and getting off scot-free. Angel is still with his Latin La Vida Loca girlfriend. Taraji P. Henson is there until Jeremiah doesn't give her $10 million in their divorce. She treats him like shit, her and her sisters. And then there's just like a bunch of random kids in the neighborhood. And they're like, hey, is Miss Evelyn coming back? Nah, she ain't coming back. She dead. And I was like, yo, what kind of dialogue is this?
No,
like these kids are too...
she's not coming back. It's like, is it because she dead? Like,
I mean, that's little kid dialogue, yo.
Like, is it because she dead? Yo, y'all kids are old enough to understand death. You live in Detroit.
Little kids also don't give a fuck. Like, they don't have any social cues.
Zero. And for some reason, these black kids are playing hockey, which is the most unrealistic thing I've ever done.
Right. There's literally 16 people in the NHL that are black. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where's all the Detroit players? Why isn't the Red Wings all black? Just all black, just a bunch of niggas from Detroit playing for the Red Wings. Yeah, it's because black kids don't play hockey like that. And then... Bobby has a crazy premonition that his mama's sitting right there. And she's like, are you going to stick around? He's like, yeah, I think I am, mama. And people are like, who the fuck are you talking to? And he's just like, oh, okay, you're right.
Say hello to your savior for me.
And then he proceeds to go into the house and help his brothers put windows and shit back in, which they probably should do because it's dead of winter. So it's probably getting cold. And then that's it. And everybody's happy that all the gangsters in town have been murdered by the Mercer family. those young thugs. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I did too. It's fucking nuts.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it.
Completely ridiculous.
Just a solid ass watch.
And then they show just scenes of the Mercers at some point in their lives. One point is Mark Wahlberg playing hockey, where he's missing a bunch of teeth because he was just knocking people the fuck out. You see Andre 3000 like fighting in the Union. He's a Union man. He's a good old Union man. You see Garrett Hedlund, being a rock star, and I can't remember what Tyrese was doing. Probably just fucking
trying to get over. Trying to take a flight.
Oh, right. Pretending to be like Mr. Wong or something.
Yeah, Mr. Wong. This big ass milk dud head looking motherfucker is Mr. Wong.
No, these my Asian parents. No, knock it off. Knock it off. Yeah, overall, it was a pretty fun movie. So we have one more. We have one more John Singleton movie to do.
We haven't
good.
done Poetic Justice.
That's the one. Because we've done Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Rosewood, Shaft, Baby Boy, and obviously we're not going to do Too Fast, Too Furious, or Abduction starring Taylor Lautner.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll do Poetic Justice at some point as well. So, I absolutely enjoy this. He didn't write this movie, but it felt like he did. So, but he wrote almost all of his other movies that we've done, except for Rosewood.
Who wrote this? David Elliott and some other guy who wrote G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and The Watcher with Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
That movie is fucking terrible.
What movie?
When Keanu Reeves is a serial killer. You ever seen that?
The Watcher? You ain't never seen
You ain't ever seen The Watcher?
No.
Lord have mercy. It's Keanu Reeves and what's the other guy? James Spader is the cop or whatever.
All right.
Yo, Keanu Reeves is a serial killer. That's all you need to know. God damn.
Okay. All right. That's it for episode 152, Four Brothers. And we will see you guys next week for another preview episode.
See you.
Take it easy.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.